This is one of the most emotional episodes ever. Alola everyone, Treyman1 here. We're back with another Pokemon Sun and Moon anime review. Today we are covering episode 108, and oh boy, into Tabu Fini's Mist. This is one of the most emotional episodes of the series so far. I thought the Stoutland episode was sad, the Meteor episode was sad, but oh goodness gracious, this episode right here. I'm not gonna, hold you off for too long, so I can go and get to the summary, and then I'll give my thoughts. The episode begins with everyone telling Hapu that they were going to go basically to her house and help her with the pony radishes. Ash and Kiawe end up telling Hapu about what happened the other day with Kiawe getting the Fly MZ and seeing Hapu's granddad, which they actually notice is on one of the magazine covers. And this is where Hapu actually reveals that was her grandfather that they saw. Turns out Tabu Fini has the powers to bring this mist onto the world, and basically it's a connection between the main world where everyone is at and basically, where the spirits are. We can see that Mallow gets really emotional by this and actually ends up running off, and we're all wondering what's going on. Lily also mentions that what Gladeon said was right, that they possibly could reunite with their father. Mallow ends up running off, and Lana actually reveals that Mallow has lost her mother at a really young age. And it makes sense why Lana would know this, because Lana and Mallow, as we know, they met when they were really young. And basically Lana probably was there when it happened, or maybe Mallow told her about it. And maybe, depending on when did they meet. In my opinion, Mallow looked a little bit younger, so I'm guessing this is before she ended up meeting Lana. Lana ends up going to try to talk to Mallow, basically see if she's okay, and she's guessing that Mallow wants to see her mother, but Mallow's like, no, I don't. Basically, Mallow actually ends up telling us why. Her mother was really, really ill during the time, and she was always sick. She always, apologized for being so sick. Mallow's like, it's no need to apologize, it's okay, I get it. But everyone gets sick. They end up running into a bounce suite, and Mallow's mom actually ends up catching this bounce suite for Mallow. Basically, this is, to make sure Mallow doesn't end up being alone. Because I think Mallow's mom, by this point, knows what's about to happen, and she really wants to make her daughter happy before her time comes. It's also really nice to see how Mallow actually ended up getting bounce suite, and how, Mallow and bounce suite are so connected. Which also explains why, bounce suite evolved so early on, is because Mallow had it for so long, so it's probably getting so much experience from the time that they've been together. So, yeah, that also explains why bounce suite was the first to evolve, and it really makes a lot of sense. But then Mallow ends up revealing to us that she actually said something wrong, and that's something she regrets for the rest of her life to her mother right before she passed away. Mallow's mother had to go back to the hospital, and Mallow was saying that she hated her mother because she's always apologizing. Like, she's saying that she's sick, even though everyone gets sick. She's like, why are you always apologizing? I'm tired of you. Mallow is a young child at this point, probably 3 or 4 years old, and, isn't fully understanding what was happening or what was about to come. And it just, after that, she breaks out into tears because the last thing that she said to her mother was that she hated her. And it's just really, really impactful, like, to see this side of Mallow. Because we always see Mallow as this happy and just, joyous character. But deep down inside, she was holding something in. Something that really, affected her. And it's just like, my gosh, Sun and Moon, I did not expect you to make such a dark turn. We get to see Tabu Fini's actually watching Mallow. And this is where things start to get a little bit interesting. Everyone heads to Hapu's house and basically ended up helping out with the radishes. Mallow apologized to everyone. She's, back to her happy self and ready to work. We also get to see Gladeon is doing some training in the forest with Savali and Lycanroc when the mist actually happens. Hapu notices that the mist has happened, and basically Ash, Lily, Mallow, and Gladeon have all entered the world, basically where they could connect to the spirits. And it's basically, Hapu kind of gets nervous, and she has to go to Tabu Fini and basically try to save her friends because they could end up getting stuck in that world. I also like how they actually covered multiple characters at once because, as we know, Ash and Litton had lost Stoutland. Lily and Gladeon believe that they lost their father, and Mallow her mother, which, oh man, this episode right here was very impactful. Gladion and Lily actually end up meeting up with each other and searching for their father because Lily realizes that they're in Tapu Fini's world. The scene ends up cutting to Ash and Torcat as they're walking through the forest, and Torcat starts shouting out. Ash is like, "What's wrong? What do you see?" And out comes Stoutland, and oh my goodness, I would have never thought we would see Stoutland again in the anime, but here Stoutland is. Ash is like, "Oh, Stoutland, is so great to see you again," but then this is when he realizes Stoutland passed. So Ash is just thinking to himself, like, I think this is where Ash realizes that he's in the world of Tapu Fini's mist. But he's still really glad to see Stoutland again. This is where Torcat goes and shows Stoutland his moves, being Fire Fang, Flame Charge, and Ember. Stoutland is really impressed by Torcat's moves and how he's mastered all these attacks. This is where Stoutland decides to teach Torcat Fire Blast. And they start beginning to train to learn this move, and I was not expecting this. I thought Torcat was going to learn Flamethrower in the series, but Fire Blast is way much better, and I'm totally down with that. The scene cuts back to Mallow looking through the forest for basically where everyone is, and hears her name be called. Seriously, you guys need to watch this episode. Everyone must watch this episode because, oh my goodness, this scene, I cannot describe how impactful the scene was in the series. It's like Mallow was meeting her mother for the first time since she was a child, like since she was like 3 or 4 years old. And just the emotion, the music, everything in this scene was just so impactful. Mallow literally breaks out into tears the minute she sees her mother, and she's just so, she's apologizing for what she said. It wasn't her mom's fault at all. She's sorry, and her mom just says, "Wait." Like, seriously, guys, you guys gotta see this scene to understand how it felt. Like, I recommend this episode to everyone. If you watch the series or you don't, because, man, the scene was really impactful. This is where Mallow's mother comes out and says, "I shouldn't have been saying I'm sorry all this time. Instead, I should have been saying thank you." And, like, this scene was really, really nice because she would be thanking Mallow for just something, for, keeping her and her family happy, taking care of the restaurant. I mean, you guys really got to see this scene for yourself to understand. Taking care of Serena, and it's just, as the thank yous go on, more Graceadilla flowers end up blooming. It's just a really, really nice scene. Then this is where Mallow takes a step back and says, "Okay, Mom, it's my turn to take back what I said." And even Mallow, even with tears going through her eyes, she still became tough and, was able to thank her mother, be able to talk to her mother. Remember, at first she didn't want to see her mother because of how bad she felt. But, she gained the confidence in this episode to, actually tell her mother what she really meant to say and, have a real great send-off with her mother, telling her thank you for giving birth to her. And, oh my goodness, this scene was super amazing. Even the animation in the scene was so nice with all the Graceadilla flowers in the area. It was just, oh my goodness, this was an amazing scene. Great job, Sun and Moon. This is one of the most emotional episodes that they've ever had so far. And it's not only just with Mallow and her mom, even with Torcat and Stoutland. It's just, wow, I was not expecting this whatsoever. Then we cut back to Hapu trying to save Ash, Lily, and Mallow from basically this world. She ends up going to Tapu Fini. And it's like, "Tapu Fini, let them go. Now, don't let them, get trapped in this world." Tapu Fini begins to dance around. This is where Hapu comes out with Golurk and uses Flash Cannon. And this act of courage, this act of basically friendship that Hapu has learned throughout this pony arc is the reason why Hapu can now become Kahuna. The fact that Hapu was so, ready to save her friends. At first, she didn't trust anybody. She thought, Ash and the others were the thieves. She didn't really want to interact with anybody. But as she grew through the pony arc to see her, willing to save her friends at all costs, even shooting a flash cannon at the legendary, shows that she's worthy to be a Kahuna. And thus her grandfather appears and she becomes the kahuna of Pony Island. This is where Tapu Fini begins to let the mist basically let up. And Mallow and her mother say one more goodbye. And oh my goodness, this scene right here. I'm telling you, you all, you gotta watch this scene. This scene where Mallow's saying goodbye is like, her mother's trying to tell her, I'm always with you, with your brother, with your father. I'll always be with you in your heart and spirit. It's like, dang, this episode was really, a really, really nice Mallow episode. And we get to see them hug one last time right before, she goes back to the spirits. And, this explains so much about Mallow's character, why she's always so energetic and just loving her friends. And, deep down inside, she was holding something and wanted to cover it up with, being happy. And it's just like, wow, this is some great characterization here that the Sun and Moon anime pulled with Mallow. And even with Serena. That's why Mallow and Serena are so close, because, Serena was the Pokemon that Mallow's mother caught for her before she, passed away. It's just like, wow. And what else is really interesting is right after Mallow's mother leaves, a shaman comes out of the Gracedia flower field. And I was like, whoa, really? A shaman? Because we seen this shaman in the preview. I'm just thinking, it's just going to be a cameo. But no, this shaman is actually going to be joining us. And I'm really, really shocked about that. Torcat ends up mastering Fire Blast with Stoutland. And it's really nice to see that, they're having a proper send-off this time where Stoutland and Torcat are finally, saying goodbye to each other. Stoutland has gave Torcat a really good move as, he passed away, like went back to the spirits. And it's just like, it was a really nice scene. I think Fire Blast will be a permanent move for sure on Torcat's move list, because, this is going to be what Torcat's going to use to remember Stoutland by. I think it can forget Fire Fang now because it also learned Fire Blast, basically. This is the new move that he's going to keep to remember Stoutland by. And then Torcat and Stoutland have one more farewell. This is where everyone basically that was in the spirits world comes back to the main world and reunites with everyone. Mallow ends up showing everyone the shaman that she met, and basically Rotom tells her this, that shamans, they go around and help people, make them feel better, and then fly away soon, basically when it transforms into a sky form. So Mallow's basically says she's going to take care of the shaman until it turns into a sky form and, flies away, basically. And this is a really nice scene that Mallow's going to be taking care of a shaman. I would have never thought that Mallow would take care of a shaman in the series, and I'm really glad that she is. It's really cool. Since Gladion and Lily did not see their father, Hopper ends up telling them that their father is still alive. Which means that we may be getting another big arc in the series involving the Aether Foundation looking for Mon, which will be very interesting as well. The episode ends off with Habu telling Ash and Gladion that they can take on her grand trial now because she is Kahuna. Also, I want to point out a scene in the Poke Problem. Basically, in the Poke Problem, there's a scene after all the credits have rolled and the ending song is played. And this scene shows Mallow, Hapu, and Torcat all staring out into the moon, basically because they can't sleep. And, it's a really nice scene because they all were reunited with somebody that they love. And it was just overall a really, really great ending to this episode. Once again, I gotta say, this hands down is one of the best episodes in the series. Especially since, Mallow had finally got another great episode to her. Like, to see this side of the character, that she was like that when she was a child, didn't understand, what was going on with her mother, and she just let out rage. And that, why she's so happy all the time is because, deep down inside, she still has that in her memory, It's just really, really crazy to think about. And I would have never thought the anime would tackle something like this. Like, Stoutland was the first surprise for me because I was like, whoa, we literally just witnessed a Pokemon's death. Then the Minior just took that a whole nother level. And I was just like, my gosh. And this episode right here is just, I really did not expect this to happen. This episode may also be able to tie in with the Oranguru episode where, Mallow got mad because they were overworked. She had to just take a drink with Oranguru, calm down, let her emotions out. And then, with her father coming back and saying thank you, the thank you part of this with both her father and her mother, it's really, really interesting how they handled these two characters, like Mallow's parents. It was really, really nice seeing these moments with Mallow, and it's like she's just gonna get stronger and stronger from here. This also explains why Serena and Ulu were so close, because I remember in the episode where Ulu appeared, Serena was, checking on Ulu, they were talking together, and, I was just wondering, how does Ulu and Serena know each other so much? This is Mallow Pokemon. Maybe they knew each other back before he went on the trip, and it turns out, yeah, actually, they knew each other for quite a while, so it's also really nice to see, all this build-up that Sun and Moon's been pulling in the series to this moment. What I also love is that Mallow's the one here taking care of the mythical legendary. Normally it's Ash with Solgaleo taking care of, Solgaleo the legendary. Meloetta was a mythical legendary. So it's really nice to see that Mallow's gonna be the one having this big arc maybe with Shaman, and I'm really down for that. Especially it's gonna be another emotional moment when Shaman leaves, because my gosh, man, I can tell that these two are gonna get really close throughout the series, and when it's time for Shaman to go, it's going to be really emotional. I'm also very glad that they did this with Stoutland and Torracat. One more time they got to see each other. Stoutland got to see it as a Litten once, now it's a Torracat. Who knows? Maybe Stoutland may end up seeing it as an Incineroar, which, if that does happen, I would really, really love that a lot. That would be really, really amazing to see the growth of Litten, getting to see, Stoutland and his buddy. Stoutland getting to witness how strong he's getting, and just it's just really, really, it was really, really nice. The Pony Island arc has handled all their characters very well so far. Even Habu, for that matter, where we got to see the growth of her character. Basically, even in the last episode, I think the last episode was really the biggest moment of her becoming, friends with the others. Basically, she started out not trusting anybody, being young. She didn't really have anybody her age to battle with and stuff, so she was always alone. But as she got to know Ash and the others, she gained trust with them. Basically, she was wondering why she wouldn't become Kahuna yet. She wouldn't let battle Ash. She had to learn all this stuff. It's really, really nice to see this, that Hapu got to grow as a character in the series like this. Something I also didn't expect was them to tackle Mon like this. Like, I remember when Glaydon was telling Lily that their father passed when they were young, and now they found out that he's alive. It's really going to be interesting to see how they tackle Mon in the series. Will Mon end up basically coming back to the 8th Foundation, or will they pull an Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon where Lucifer just says, let him be happy, he has a new life now. That would be really interesting to see. And it's going to be a really, really emotional episode for Lily and Glaydon in the future. To think that we're going to have some more emotional episodes like this one in the series, like, Sun and Moon has really, really tackled these type of episodes really well. And I'm really glad that, that they're tackling this stuff. Like, they're really adding this, like, going into depth with these characters, like, adding such a real sense with, like, some people may have actually went through what Mallow went through. We just don't know. We got to really think about this stuff. Like, Sun and Moon really did teach us a good lesson in this episode, to love your family and friends at all times. There's no need to be fighting, and it's a really, really nice message that the anime was trying to teach. And I just really, really love that the anime went all out like this to teach this moment. Like, everything is gonna be all happy. Sun and Moon has some really dark moments, and it's really, really nice to see that they're tackling this stuff and handling it in this way. Whew, goodness gracious, guys. This episode, I'm telling you, you guys got to witness it for yourself. This is one of the greatest episodes in the entire Pokemon series. If you really want to see how it is, you guys got to see it for yourself, because witnessing it is different from me telling you guys. So please, I do recommend you guys check this episode out. Man, I didn't mean to ramble on so long in this review, but my gosh, this episode was seriously an amazing one. And I really do recommend that you all check this episode out and come back and let me know what you guys thought of this episode. Like, I really, really do want to hear what you guys thought of this episode. This episode was a really nice Mallow development episode. She's still my favorite character of the series, and it's just, I'm glad that they went so much in depth with her character. In the comment section down below, let me know what you guys thought about this. Torracat learning Fire Blast. Mallow reuniting with her mother, Hopple becoming Kahuna, Gladion and Lily finding out that their father is alive. So much went down in this episode, and it was all handled so perfectly. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Trayman1, peace out.